everyone know is Eric off?
Hey everybody, it's Eric Beerthaler of Beerthaler Studios with my spoiled dog Simba, and I'm here with Vandalia 1998 again, and we're here to continue the Things That Piss Me Off saga.
Oh, so where were you in your life when you started episode 13?
I was 17 years old. It was in summer 2010. I remember at that time, well, before episode 13, I I started to do only one Things That Piss Me Off episode a month, but then I had a little bit more free time, so around this time was when they're coming more rapidly at that time. So yeah, it was around this point in the series where I was running out of ideas, and I guess it's up to you to decide if it shows or not. But
But you think it does?
I think it does. But hey, but the audience might do it otherwise.
Let's see what you did back then.
Do you want to know what really pisses me off? Bugs, yeah, I know, really random, but yeah, bugs piss me off! First off, bugs always get in your way, like, holy crap, bugs, get out of my freaking face! I don't want you in my face, get out of my
You know,
face!
I just realized something.
Let's say that you're outside.
Pause it. You know, this I have been remaking a lot of my old Things That Piss Me Off videos. Like I remade episode 3 about the money tree. I remade episode 4 about the Grinch. Hey Simba, 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 come here. Simba, come here. Oh yeah, so yeah, and there's talks to remake more episodes. This could be an episode that I actually could benefit from doing a remake of, because this could make like for a great comedy sketch about bugs making me mad. And with the advancements that I have at my disposal, like with CGI effects, uh, I think it could be done like for me to do a remake of this episode.
And that just and
Yeah, and it's one of the shorter ones. It's only like 3 minutes long. But anyways, enough about that. Let's carry on.
and you because you like also like bugs in general, just all bugs, not just
Yeah, it's just bugs. I just always really thought got on my nerves. Like it just seems like they're just such a nuisance where they just get in the way all the time. Like when you're out on a picnic, or how bugs get into your drinks. Simba, come on.
oh.
Simba.
Now I want to do a debate now.
Debate about what?
You versus hive science on bugs.
Simba. Simba, come here.
You have a cup of lemonade, then a bee falls into your lemonade, and guess what? There's a bee in your lemonade!
No
Oh,
shit.
that happened to me.
That happened to you?
Wasn't lemonade? It was a strawberry daiquiri. It was very strong. I couldn't drink it because it was too strong. But a bee came around the sugar of the glass, went around and fell in there and drowned. Got drunk and drowned, I guess.
So I guess maybe it was a blessing like that bee got in there if it was too strong for you to drink it anyway.
Yeah, that bee just like, ooh, sugar and alcohol. I'm dead now.
Yeah.
Like,
If they get into your food and your drinks, then it makes you not want to eat your food or drink anymore. If I could ask the Almighty God right now, I would ask him, what was the point of you inventing bugs? Why are there bugs on the planet Earth? Why?
Well,
You don't even
obviously, I
really
didn't
need
take
bugs.
a
No.
biology course at that time. Obviously, I didn't understand evolution at that time. I didn't understand. I didn't understand why bugs evolved in the first place, but
Because the first because bugs exist because Eve ate that fruit.
yeah, I don't want to get into that. But
I know it's a negative joke.
yeah.
Nobody even gives a crap about bugs, so why are there bugs?
Oh,
I hate
I was
bugs!
so ignorant about that because
Wait a minute.
scientists obviously care about bugs. Like I'm sure that there are scientists like who study insects. Man, I was so ignorant about that.
I just realized something. I've reached to episode 13 of things that piss me off. And 13 is a very unlucky number. I better be careful. Well, hello, Alec.
Mustache
I
man.
am the mustache man, and I'm here again. What is the matter, Alec? You seem very, very scared about something. 13 is a very unlucky number. What, Alec? Don't believe that hocus pocus. That's only superstition. Mustache man, look out! What is it,
Funny,
Alec?
I'm not even wearing the
No!
right color sweater. I'm not even wearing the right color sweater. And 13 would indicate Jason Voorhees would be involved. So yeah, that was a missed opportunity to not have Jason in it. But instead it's Freddy Krueger.
Oh, it's funny. If we had ended this one episode, if we didn't hear this episode last time, that would have been a perfect rollover to our next episode, which was about Freddy in the second episode.
Yeah, it totally would have. But yeah, and so if I ever bring Freddy back, because of copyright, I can't call him Freddy Krueger because I don't have the rights to that character. But I guess if I ever wanted to, I guess I could make a joke saying, yeah, I don't have the rights to the character, and so I had to change his name.
So when does he get on the public domain?
Now, that's a good question.
You killed Mustache Man! Freddy
It's so
Krueger!
funny, like how I kept that ticket.
Yes! I, Freddy Krueger, has killed Mustache Man!
It's hard to understand what I'm saying wearing that mask.
And there's nothing you can do about it!
The fast editing.
Sycamore!
Rocky.
No!
Such a ferocious dog. You can see the tripod in the background.
Oh.
So to answer your question, the original Nightmare on Elm Street becomes public domain in 2079, and Wes Craven died in 2015. So that would mean 70 or 75 years after that. So 75. So it'll be 75 years after Wes Craven died in 2090. But the movie itself should become public domain in 2079. Oh my God. Can you imagine just how huge that will be? But yeah, by then, I'm either going to be really damn old or I'm going to be dead.
Yeah. I doubt I'd be 100 then, so I doubt I'm gonna make it that far. I might, but I doubt it. 60 years from now?
Well, it would be cool. Well, it would be cool to see when Nightmare on Elm Street becomes public domain, but you can thank Disney for the reason why it takes so long for something to become public domain. And he
What
said
is
the copyright has expired. Well, the copyright has not expired yet. It's 95 years after it was published, and not enough time has passed for Nightmare on Elm Street to become public domain.
I'm gonna go to the opposite of what that's been doing so far. Like for both, Winnie the Pooh and Mickey Mouse, they made a horror movie out of it. So if it's already a horror movie, they can make a cartoon out of it.
Yeah. I guess so. Like Freddy Krueger is already a horror movie, and so that'll be dumb to do that. I guess what they could do, make it like a make it like make it like make it like a very kiddie movie, or they can make it into like a romantic comedy. Oh no, wait. How about they turn it into an action movie?
Oh, that's another thing they can do. Yeah, but one thing I noticed is in this 3-minute movie, Bugs only the thing that pisses you off is only like maybe like four, like half, not even half the movie. First it was Bugs, then it was number 13, and the 2/3 of it was Freddy Krueger. Barely Bugs at all in here.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's why in Rick and Morty, I believe it is, there's a character that's clearly supposed to be Freddy Krueger. He's called Scary Terry, but because of copyright, they just couldn't call him Freddy Krueger, and that's why that instead of knives on his glove, instead it's like swords. So yeah, I mean the original Halloween like would become public domain before the original Nightmare on Elm Street, but yeah, just don't expect either of those movies to be an episode of Let's Watch a Movie on my YouTube channel, because by then my YouTube channel it probably will still be there, but nobody will be uploading videos unless if somebody takes over my YouTube channel.
If you have the this is Eric Jr. the third, Eric Verhal the third, and this is
Yeah, but Travis made a very good point about Bugs and Freddy Krueger connecting, because there actually was a scene in Nightmare on Elm Street 4, like where one of the main characters turns into a bug. So there is that connection to Freddy Krueger and Bugs. To be honest,
when did Travis do this?
Travis was not involved with the making of this episode, but I'm just saying, like, a point that Travis made. But yeah, to be honest, this is not one of the episodes I'm proud of. I rushed it, and it kind of shows. In my opinion, it does. This is an episode that I would like to do a remake of.
This is a good thing, a learning experience. I'm like, oh my god, why did I make that episode?
Yeah. This is not one of the more talked about episodes of things that piss me off. I think I can see why.
Do you want to know what really pisses me off? White people who think they're black.
Okay. That would.
This is one of the shortest episodes. It's almost 2 minutes long. While compared to the First Things That Piss Me Off movie, which was almost 3 hours long. And I don't think there ever will be anything Things That Piss Me Off related that will be that long ever again.
That needs no introduction. I mean, come on, really? Take one big look at yourself. If you're a white person and you think that you're black, just take one big look at yourself. You're making yourself look like a faggot. You're making
That's
yourself...
a word that I never would say nowadays. It's politically incorrect nowadays. But I was 17 years old. Man, I was such an idiot back then.
We here at Talking Time with Caffeine do not tolerate this kind of language. Please do not. Please do not.
Eric, you have the computer taken away.
look like a complete joke. I live in Montana, and there's a whole bunch of wannabe gangsters. Oh, come on, people. I live in Montana. There's not supposed to be any gangsters in Montana. There's supposed to be gangsters in California. What's up, homie? Oh my freaking God. Get out of here! Why not, homie? I just want to party and get crunk tonight. I don't want to be racist, but gangsters are supposed to be black. Are you people freaking blind? Take a look at your skin color. Are you people blind? The only exception for a white gangster is Eminem. Why? Because he can actually rap. One last thing before I go. All you white people who think you're black, get a freaking life!
Well, at least that
Do you
one's short.
know what piss?
Oh, yeah, to be honest, I kind of cringe at that one.
Yeah.
I rushed that one too. It shows, but I think that one could benefit from a remake as well, like about wannabe gangsters.
Yeah, a few things there might be problematic nowadays.
Yeah,
Might have been problematic back then too, but
yeah, this one's pretty politically incorrect because this is the first time in the series where I actually started to use cuss words. So
Pisses me the fuck off again today!
yeah, you notice that I lowered the pitch of the theme song.
yeah.
YouTube trolls. And do you want to know why YouTube trolls piss me off? I'll tell you why. YouTube trolls piss me off. They have no freaking life but just sit their ass on the computers all day and write hateful messages to people just so they can feel better about themselves. Well, you know what? You're not better than all of us. Don't you faggots act all tough on the internet by saying, "Oh my God, you're faking. I'm gonna send you a virus in 2 months. It's unremovable." Well, you know what? You wouldn't even say that to us in person. So how about you just shut up? Last summer, I almost committed suicide because of some YouTube trolls sending me really hateful messages.
Character.
Huh?
Was that true, or it's a character? Or character saying that?
Did who say what? Sorry.
You just said you almost committed suicide because of trolls.
I probably shouldn't have mentioned that in this video, but yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
All right.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have gotten that person on this video, but
So
I was 17. I was young and stupid.
I didn't know if that was true or if that was your character was saying it.
I don't want to talk about that.
All right.
Even this one little faggot on YouTube, I don't remember what his name was, but guess what? His name don't matter right now. He actually told told me that my friends and family hate me and wish I was dead. You know what? How the fuck do you know about my friends and family? And don't you dare ever say that about my friends and family to my face ever again! And this one other little faggot on YouTube said, just accept the fact
You
that
can barely even see my
and
eyes.
nobody likes you. Really? Nobody likes me? If nobody likes me, then explain how I almost have 300 subscribers. And guess what? I checked out your channel, you little faggot, and you have no subscribers. So why don't you just shut the fuck up and leave me the fuck alone? Out of all the trolls I've seen on YouTube, the biggest asshole on YouTube has to be Larkin House Productions. Guess what? Last summer, I used a stutter a lot, and it was really bad. People made fun of me a lot, and I made a video, I stuttered in it, and he said the worst thing ever to me, and after he said that, I almost committed suicide because I got so depressed. Larkin House Productions, you know what? I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. Do I have to repeat it one more time? I fucking hate you! He said that I sound like I have Down syndrome and that I have the worst speaking ability he has ever seen.
Yeah,
on
that
YouTube.
time I used to dress really, really preppy with like American Eagle and all that. It was only because I could fit in. Then, like, the year after this was made, I stopped wearing preppy clothes, and I definitely do not dress preppy nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's so weird to see me wearing more preppy clothes.
Personally, I think this episode is less. Is less. At least in my opinion, this is less show part of a series show and more of a real life thing at this point.
Yeah, this is the episode that I regret making, to be honest. But it is a part of the canon, whether I like it or not.
Yeah, I think you blended in real life a little bit more than you usually do.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is.
So, whatever happened? Did that YouTuber ever continually do this?
No, they eventually stopped. I mean, a lot of my subscribers at that time, a lot of them vanished. Like their channels disappeared. Or either that or they created new channels. But yeah, Ghost Rider, he is one of my original He's one of my original subscribers. And so...
Did you send this video? Did you advertise this video on? By the way, did you advertise this on your community page so people Ghost Rider can go?
No, this episode no, because I'm not sure if YouTube had a community page of that. Not. I do remember back then there was like this message board thing on YouTube or whatever where people could comment on it.
Oh yeah, but no, I meant did you advertise this episode on that we're taping right now on your community page?
Yeah. I did post a link in my community tab, like for people to come watch it. So.
And he told me, I don't even want to mention it, because it just makes me depressed even saying it and thinking about it. Let me show you something, you YouTube trolls. Do you see this outside world? Why don't you go get off of the computer, go outside, make some friends, get a girlfriend, get a boyfriend, just go have a freaking life. One last thing before I go. Fuck you, YouTube trolls!
Yeah, I had anger issues.
Do you want to know what pisses me off?
Okay, and now, out of all of the times where I said, do you want to know what pisses me off? Out of all of them, it's right here in episode 16 where I feel like it was the best one. But yeah, in this one, I was experimenting where I had music playing in the background, but it ended up being kind of distracting. So,
a lot of these episodes are very short.
Yeah, it was because at that time, I was just wanting to rush them out. It was at this point in the series where I was just rushing out episodes, and I think it shows. Yeah, this is not one of the episodes that I'm proud of. It's not one of the more talked about episodes. But yeah, so this is one of the episodes that I cringe at. But yeah, so if you're to be honest with the episode that we watched, do you get the sense that I rushed them?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so it sounds like you agree with me that these
Yes.
ones were
So
rushed.
far, so far, the best episode has been the bug episode, which is barely about bugs.
Yeah, it's barely about bugs, more so about Freddy Krueger. But at that time, I didn't have the budget for like bug effects. But now, with my advancements with CGI effects, as it was seen in Rise of the JWs, I definitely could do a better version of it now. So yeah, so Travis, if you're watching this, I would be down for doing a remake of episode 13.
People who think that they're the shit when they're really not. Like that. They're not so tough. Like, oh, look at me. Oh, look at me. I'm the shit.
Yeah, like that music in the background. I thought it would have added to the anger, but it's just really distracting, and that's why that I never did it ever. That's why that I never did it ever again after this.
Yep, you do. I'm good at basketball. I'm good at football. You know what? Shut up! Nobody cares if you're good at playing basketball. Nobody cares if you're the star player on the football team. Nobody cares! Shut up! If you really think that you're tough, actually show up to the fights you're scheduled for. But guess what? They don't. Why? Because they're pussies. If you people really think that you're the shit, why don't you grow some balls, roll the fuck up, and go get a freaking life, and shut up. We don't care. And fuck people who think that they're better than everyone
I
else.
said the same thing last episode that they need to get a life. Wow, I was so original. Yeah, you can obviously tell.
What's this episode about?
Huh?
What's this one about? Okay.
I guess arrogant people. But yeah, you can obviously tell that I'm very critical of my teenage self.
We all are.
Oh my god. I was such an idiot when I was a teenager. So the next episode I rushed because I was wanting to get to the Twilight episode. But yeah, episode 18 finally was an episode that I did not rush. So we're almost to the episode that I did not rush.
Do you want to know what pisses me off?
A new intro for this one.
Yeah, it was because I finally got new editing software, but the problem was that was the only way how I could have titles was if I animated it myself in Paint. So yeah, another episode.
Parents who are too.
The thing's finally gone. I know that was happened last episode, but the things are finally gone.
Exactly. Yeah, that bullshit in the middle is gone. It was because that I had new editing software. So yeah, so you could definitely see how the series evolved over time.
Strict. Really? I can understand that you don't want to lose your kid because you love your kid. That makes sense. Parents are supposed to care about their kids. But don't go friggin' overboard with it! I have a cousin who's only 11 years
So
old,
11 years old.
and he can't even watch the
Okay,
Disney
so
Channel.
2010 minus 11. All right, so 1999 minus 2024. By now, he would be 25.
So couldn't you watch Disney Channel?
I would imagine so now, if he's almost 30. I don't know why he wasn't allowed to watch Disney Channel, but oh well.
Channel. I am not kidding. The fucking Disney Channel. What the fuck is wrong with Disney
That is a good
Channel?
point.
Seriously. Come on. Every now and then I watch Disney Channel and I haven't seen one bad thing about it.
I guess maybe
My God.
depends
What
on what
the
you mean
hell?
by bad. Like bad as in like not appropriate for kids, or bad as in like that was the quality of that just sucked.
Well, this was before all the remake movies, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. This is one of the. This is before Frozen, so like this is this is movies of the devil. They're showing people doing stuff.
Yeah. This episode came out 3 years before Frozen, and it feels weird to imagine a time before Frozen because Frozen became just such a monster hit.
Yeah, this actually would be a good one for a remake because Disney. Well, even now, I don't know if still people do it now, but people are still saying, "Oh, this is the evil stuff."
Yeah, that could make a good one, but yeah, this era of things that piss me off, the rushed episodes, even this one, all these could make for really good remakes of. And this year is the 15th anniversary of things that piss me off.
Mm.
I mean, it's the 15th anniversary of my YouTube channel, so I've come a long way since I made these videos. I developed a lot.
Oh,
I
what?
developed a lot mentally after all this. Yeah,
I hope.
yeah.
I hope you weren't stagnant after 10 years.
What's wrong with some parents? And he can only watch some PG movies. I am not kidding. He can't even watch freaking Zorro.
Yep,
And I know a
that
few
was
parents
true.
who watch.
That was true. He wasn't allowed to watch Zorro. But yeah, now Zorro, I think, is in the public domain now. So anybody can make a Zorro movie now. But Zorro is a name, but I don't think he's a. I kind of feel like Zorro is one of those names. Like, yeah, it's a name, but I don't think it. I don't think people nowadays would go see a Zorro movie nowadays.
So you're gonna have a Zorro cameo in your Piss Me Off Part 4.
I guess I could because Zorro's now in the public domain. I mean, Dracula's in the public domain as well. The Frankenstein monster is public domain. King Kong technically is in the public domain. When I say technically, only the novelization of the original movie. Only that's in the public domain.
Everything! Everything that their kid does on the internet. Because they don't trust them. What the hell? I mean, really?
Okay, that's where I have to stop myself. With all the pedophiles and all the weirdos online, I can see why parents would do what they do to keep their kids safe online. So that's something that I would change about this episode. Of course, because I was just a kid at that time, I wouldn't have understood that. Now, as an adult, I do understand it now.
Just because that your kid is on the internet does not mean that he's gonna go look at porn or do anything bad off the internet.
Well, that's kind of sort of true, but when you're a teenager, your hormones are going crazy. So it's more likely that your kid will look at porn. Simba! Simba! Simba, come on! Yeah, you are. Come on, Simba, come on! So yeah, so Lamont, when
Yep.
you were a teenager, were you a goody two shoe or what?
Not perfectly, but I was definitely a rule follower as a teenager.
You were a what? Sorry.
Rule follower.
Oh.
I didn't really go until my 20s. That's when I started, stretching my legs per se. I guess I was more of a, I'll say, like, I'll say obedient, but I was just more submissive.
Okay, well, that's surprising because teenagers, I feel like, have the reputation of being rebellious. But anyways, let's.
Yeah, that's a thing. My dad was quick to get the belt out whenever I did stuff like that. And yeah, I was too scared to do anything.
But anyways, carry on.
Don't freaking spy on your kids! Why? How would you feel if somebody spied on you 24/7? You would hate it, huh? So don't do that to your kids! And I know a few parents who won't let their kids go do anything. They make their kid sit at home all day and have no life.
Okay,
what the
now
hell?
that
Let your kid go have a life.
Okay, that's something that I still do agree about. I get you want to keep your kids safe, but you should still let your kid have a life.
Yeah.
How is he supposed to be successful in the future if he just sits?
One of the few things that I agree with my teenager self. Just shocking to say.
At home and jacks off or something, I don't know. Fuck people who are too strict!
But yeah, episode 18, it recently got an age restriction because of how much I bumped up the anger and the cussing. I guess when you see the episode, you'll see why. I remember one time in one of my classes, I showed my classmates episode 18. I'll never forget the look they had on their face. Their jaws were dropped the entire time watching me yelling and screaming. And here we go. Twilight. The one I did not rush.
Do you want to know what pisses me off?
Why did you pause it? Oh, okay. I think I get what you're doing now.
Fucking Twilight! Do you wanna know why fucking Twilight pisses me the fuck off? Oh, I'll fucking tell you why! Twilight pisses me off! Twilight is nothing but an overrated piece of fucking shit! How did this bullshit even get popular? Why the fuck are all the Twilight books bestsellers? Are you freaking kidding me? What's wrong with today's society? And even worse, they made Twilight movies, and they suck even more! Twilight isn't even well written. It's not well written at all. It's not good literature. Twilight is an insult to vampires and...
I have never read the Twilight series, but you did?
I read the first Twilight book when I was a freshman in high school because my reading teacher made us read it. The funny thing is that my friend Greg was definitely known as the rebellious. He was rebellious and he was very blunt at that time. He told my teacher straight up that he thought that the book sucked. He said it in a more vulgar way than that. But yeah, and then the teacher said, oh yeah, if you think you can do better, how about you all write your own book? And so because of that, we all were assigned an assignment for us to write our own book. And yeah, even back then, I thought that the first Twilight book was not that very good, but anyways.
So what book did you write?
That was such a long time ago that I don't even remember what it even was about. I mean, that was 15 years ago now. So Eddie, what did you think of the Twilight books?
Maybe I should read them and do a review of them or something for once. I've been reading all of the Percy Jackson series myself, book series, and
Hey Simba, hey, no, I wanted to snuggle, Simba. Okay.
But yeah, I've read a lot of book series. I've read the Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, Narnia. I even read the entire Left Behind series.
Nice. But yeah, I have severe ADHD, so it takes a lot of effort just for me to sit there and read a book.
That's funny. That's the one thing I could always do good, even with my ADHD thing. It was because I did that a lot of time on the bus. I had two books in my. I always brought two novels in my book. When I had a 2-hour bus ride every day, I just got on the bus, put the book down, and started reading it, ignoring the entire bus. I'm like, nope. I hear arguing, like, nope. Just read my book. Just read my book.
Nice.
And werewolves. Okay. Vampires hate daylight. They don't like daylight. Why? If they're out in the middle of the day or in daylight, they will die. But guess what? The vampires in Twilight are out during the day all the time. And the vampires in Twilight don't turn into bats. But vampires turn into bats all the time. Those aren't real vampires. And they insult werewolves too. Werewolves only come out during the full moon and can only be killed by a silver bullet or anything silver. But the werewolves in fucking Twilight are out when it's not even full moon. What the hell? And do you wanna know why else Twilight fucking sucks? The character Bella can't do anything by herself. She is God. She cannot make up her mind if she wants Edward or Jacob. Edward or Jacob. Edward or Jacob. Just make up your fucking mind!
Yeah, it's called
and
a
New
love
Moon.
triangle.
The movie New
What?
Yeah, it's called a love triangle. I'm still not a fan of Twilight, but that was a stupid argument that I had against Twilight.
Yeah.
I was 17 years old and I was an idiot back then.
Yeah, when I say anything about Twilight, the ending is, to me, is still kind of creepy. Where at the end the werewolf starts fall in love with the baby.
Yeah, I will admit, yes, that was creepy. Like
Apparently it was you I liked all along. It was the egg inside. It was your egg inside of you.
Yeah, like what were they thinking with that?
All this time, Jacob thought he loved Bella, but he really loved her ovaries.
Now that's funny. You said bye.
New Moon. Do you want to know what I think about fucking New Moon? It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. The acting is fucking horrible.
Is that still the worst? Is that still true? Is that still the worst movie ever? Is it been replaced?
No, I've seen movies that are far worse. Far worse. So they were not good movies, I'll admit that. But the worst? No, that's an exaggeration. There are movies so much worse. At least with the Twilight movies, at least there's people doing things. At least there is that. I've seen a Batman fan film where all it is just a shot of the Batman logo and the guy wearing a Batman mask. That's it. There is no story. So at least with Twilight, at least they're trying to have a story.
It may be a lame story, but still a story.
Yeah, a lame story, I still do agree. But at least it's a story.
Horrible, horrible, horrible! I mean, really, I've seen better acting than fucking pornos. Robert Pattinson,
even worse acting than Twilight. Like,
so you're saying at this point you're seeing pornos? I've seen better acting in pornos.
but yeah, the acting's not great in Twilight, but compared to Tommy Wiseau's The Room, oh my God, now that's horrible acting. But with The Room, though, it's that so bad, but it's that so bad it's good.
I did not beat her. I did not. Oh, hi. What's your name?
You know, I just thought of this. We should do a Talking Time Caffeine episode about that. Maybe we could do like a watch along. Now, because of copyright, we can't show it. We can't show the footage, but maybe it could just be us doing like a reaction of it.
Kristen Stewart and Taylor Lautner. Do you want to know what I think of them? They fucking suck. They're one of the worst actors I've ever seen in my life. They can't act worth for shit. Oh my God, Taylor Lautner, he's so hot. Oh my God, Robert Pattinson, he is so hot. Shut up! I get so sick.
Well, a lot of the actors in that movie, in the Twilight movie, have become more famous now.
Well, Robert Pattinson, yes. It seems like that he had more of a career than Kristen Stewart or Taylor Lautner. Taylor Lautner, I think he was thought to be the next action hero, but then he did Abduction, and that movie bombed. And Kristen Stewart, she tried moving on, like she was in the Charlie's Angels reboot, and that flopped. And she was in some movie with Jesse Eisenberg that I feel like nobody talks about. So Robert Pattinson really was the one like who had more of a career than either of them. I guess Taylor Lautner was in Grown Ups too. But I'm going to be honest with you. The grown-ups movies I am not a fan of because there's hardly a story and the jokes were lame. The grown-ups movies I'm just not a fan of. And it just makes me sad. Out of all of Adam Sandler's movies, the one that gets a sequel is Grown-ups? That's the one that gets a sequel?
Well, at least it wasn't Jack and Jill.
Oh, true. Jack and Jill. That movie's even worse than either Grown Ups 1 or 2. But, you know.
Tired of hearing about this fucking Twilight bullshit. This bullshit about Twilight needs to stop.
And it eventually
And they have fucking Edward action figures.
And then afterwards I say, what the fuck? That is the funniest part of this whole episode. But yeah, well, just 3 years later, well, 2 years later was when the final Twilight movie came out. And then afterwards, Twilight died down. I mean, there are still fans, but it died down. And now there's talks of a Twilight reboot, and can't say that I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I just hope it's better than the original films. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I knew before this he was Shark Boy in that one movie.
He was, yeah, Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Let's see.
I mean, as bad as the Twilight movies were, you know, I will admit this, at least it got Robert Pattinson, Kristen Stewart, and Taylor Lautner noticed because, you know, for any actor to get a movie where it gets you famous, I mean, they should consider themselves lucky like that. They found that movie, and yeah, Twilight, all the movies may not be the greatest movies ever, but hey, you do got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't have very much career after that, really. Not very few movies and very few TV show appearances either.
Yeah, I'm guessing because Abduction bombed at the box office. I guess studios just thought Taylor Lautner just wasn't a bankable actor, so yeah, he was in Grown Ups too, but
yeah, his last movie wasn't actually his last movie was it was 2 years ago. Home Team.
I had no idea that he even had a new movie.
And before that was Run the Tide in 2016.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well,
What the fuck? I would rather watch fucking Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 again than to see fucking New Moon. And I hated both those shitty movies.
that is true.
Oh my god, Edward is such a perfect little boy. Oh my god. You know what? If Edward is such a brilliant, awesome guy, why is he with a retard like Bella? If I ever had the chance to meet the creator of Twilight, Stephanie Meyer, do you want to know what I out fucking knew? I fucking knocked her in her face for making such a horrible face.
Wow.
Resorting to violence? No wonder why that this got an age restriction.
What are you talking about? The Twilight books are way better than the Twilight movies. Ah, shut up! I read the first Twilight book freshman year, and guess what? It sucked! Twilight. It sucks. It's overrated. And it pisses me off.
Wow.
So can you see why this one got an age restriction?
Yeah.
I can.
Is this another one you're?
But yeah, this episode's not finished yet.
Oh.
Fuck you, Twilight!
Now it's over.
The eyes.
All those angry eyes, but yeah. My God, no wonder why that got an age restriction. And I still cringe at that episode, but you have to admit, it was better than some of the other episodes, right?
Yeah. At least it was more in character, not.
Do you want to know what pisses me off?
You're trying to lag a bit.
Yeah.
If I were doing anything, I would. If you could, I'd every time come back and make chapters so you can just get the intro of these things sometimes.
Yeah, I could do that. But yeah, that's one of the things that's been praised about for things that piss me off is everyone loves that. Everybody loves that song, which I'm trying to fight really hard to still have in a way for the third movie.
Those stupid, retarded codes on the internet! I mean, seriously, what is the freaking point? Alright, let's say that you're talking to your friend on MySpace. You're right.
MySpace. That right there really dates this video.
I think it was MySpace. At this point was MySpace dying down at this point.
Yes, it was. At this point, MySpace was dying down, and this was when Facebook started to take over. When this episode was made in 2010, this was released the very last year I ever logged onto my MySpace. I went on my MySpace from 2007 till 2010, so 7. So for 4 years, then in October 2010, I went on my MySpace for the very last time because I noticed when I went online, nobody was online. Then I was like, okay, there's nobody for me to talk to. If there's no one for me to talk to, then what's the point to being logged on? Then that same day I logged onto my Facebook. Then that's where I noticed everybody who I knew was online there. Then I was like, well, if people are going to be online on Facebook and not MySpace anymore, then there's no point for me to even go on my MySpace anymore.
You know, I just realized something. You did. I don't know if people did it before you, but you were doing something now. A lot of YouTubers doing this now, but you did a long time ago. Is acting with yourself. A lot of YouTubers do that nowadays.
Is doing what? Sorry.
Acting with yourself.
Acting with myself.
Yeah. A lot of YouTubers, they talk to them. They do things. Kids, they talk to themselves. They're more like YouTube Shorts now, but they do green screens, whatever. They talk to themselves. It's the same character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. This episode's short. I mean, to be fair, I can see myself doing a remake of this one too. Like, maybe it could be kind of like with Rise of the JWs, where it's explained that there's like a conspiracy, like about how, well, like with the internet, like having those codes and whatnot.
Writing them a comment, but then bingo, then guess what?
This is around when I stopped using this editing software, because
What's even the freaking purpose of this stupid code? It's fucking bullshit!
the purpose is so in that way that they will know if you're a robot or not. So yes, it's annoying, but
Yeah.
better be safe than sorry.
I hate, but still, I hate the picture ones. Where like, type in which ones are buses. Type in carry the bus one or the motorcycle. Type all the pictures that are stairs.
Yeah.
Like you
Or
missed one.
select all the traffic light ones. Or
Like, this is fine unless there's a what's that late corner right there is a traffic light and you missed it. Like, nope, sorry. You didn't click all the traffic lights.
yeah, when some of them can be really hard to tell.
Like crosswalks.
Is this some insanity test? Are they really trying to piss us off? Here's a reenactment. Hey, say, I should log on to MySpace. Talk to my friend Billy. Fuck yeah!
Yeah, that one was rushed, and it shows. Yeah, in episode 20, this was the very last time when I started to number the episodes. So this is the very last episode to use numbers. Then after this, I stopped using numbers.
You started using titles.
Yeah, I just started to use like subtitles instead.
Do you want to know what pisses me off? Fucking crybabies! Do you want to know why fucking crybabies piss me off? Who the fuck do you people think you are by just whining and bitching about everything? Do you think that whining and bitching about everything is gonna solve your problem? I'm overweight! You know what? I know some people out there who bitch and complain that they're overweight.
I might have been a little bit too harsh with this episode, but yeah. Carry on.
Why the hell would you complain about being overweight? Is it our fault that you're overweight? No. Do you know whose fault it is? It's all your fault. So shut up. You brought this on yourself. You want a solution? Well, here's a solution. Get your ass off the TV and go run. That's why they have gyms. That's why they have PE. How about instead of walking the mile, you actually run the mile? Do you crybabies understand why you don't have any friends? It's because people don't want to hear your all the time. Okay, we feel sorry for you at first, for like what, the first week or so, but then after that, we don't give a shit. And I know some people out there who still bitch about their ex-girlfriend or boyfriend breaking up with them. Oh my god. Haven't you people ever heard the saying, there's other fish in the sea? I know. I was upset about my ex-girlfriend Carly breaking up with me in 8th grade, but guess what? I got over it. I moved on with my freaking life. God, there's much more to life than just being upset about an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. Get over it. You'll find somebody else, somebody better. If they dumped you, then that means they're not good enough for you. Life is about having fun. You know, you stop bitching about it. Go hang out with friends. If you're seriously gonna just bitch and complain all the time, then fuck off! All you people who bitch and complain all the time, you need to get laid.
Now that joke is still funny. I will admit that. At least that joke is still funny. But yeah, so what were your thoughts on episode 20?
All right. Okay. Uh, a bit funnier than the last few episodes we've been having.
Yeah.
You're back to comedy. You're back to being funny again. Yeah, I think the last few episodes have been more serious than funny.
Yeah. I feel like things that piss me off works better whenever it's more of like a comedy. But yeah,
Do you want to know what pisses me off?
this is the first episode where I'm not yelling and screaming.
Casey Anthony.
Yeah, I remember when that was talked about.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was when like this mom like killed her kid,
Oh,
and then she was like proven, and then she was dictated to be innocent.
see, now he came back a little bit, but I remember exact details. But is this the one where she drowned her kids in a lake or something, or in a truck, or something
I
else?
don't really remember how she killed her kid, but all that I know is that she killed her kid, and then and then the judge declared her innocent, even though there was clear evidence that she wasn't innocent.
Casey Anthony. Do you want to know why Casey Anthony pisses me off? I'll tell you why. She murdered her 2-year-old daughter because she didn't want to take care of her. And she was pleaded, and this is even worse, pleaded not guilty. Why? Why? What the fuck is wrong with the jury? The jury obviously doesn't know what the hell he's doing. The jury obviously
This is not what the hell he's doing. The jury is a person.
Yeah, I was very, very ignorant about how all that worked, and it showed.
sucks at his job. He obviously doesn't know what is guilty and what is not guilty. I swear, if I ever meet the fucking jury, I'm gonna punch him right in the fucking face.
That's basically the same thing I said on my Twilight rant. Like, really? Resorting to violence?
But still, at least with that one, it was Stephanie's a person. Like, I am the jury. I'll
Oh
punch
my
him in his
god, I
face.
was so ignorant about how all that worked. Oh my god.
Like, they want to come here. Why are there 12 of you? We're the jury. There are 12 of you?
I have to punch all 12 of you? So wait, maybe my arm like can extend like like Mr. Fantastic.
He let Casey Anthony get away with murder. Murdered. She murdered her 2-year-old daughter. And you're gonna say that she's not guilty, even though that she said that she killed her, and there was evidence. There was fucking evidence that she killed her.
She said she killed him?
uh that was such a long time ago. I don't really remember what the evidence was.
Oh, I'm looking this up now.
But either way, she ruined her reputation for the rest of her life. It's because the whole entire world was talking about it.
Let's
So
see.
either way, her whole practically her entire life was ruined because of that.
Oh, actually, they have an article about her made 1 month ago.
Yeah, so people are
Where
still.
is Casey Anthony now after her acquittal?
Yeah, well, her reputation is still ruined.
More than 15 years after Casey was charged with first-degree murder of her daughter, Kaylee, her parents are speaking out in a new true crime show on A&E.
Wow.
Your 2-year-old daughter, and yet you're gonna be an idiot and plead her not guilty? What has this world come to? Really, what has this world come to?
Says she revisited her trial and blamed her father, George Anthony, for her daughter's death. In a Peacock documentary, November 2022. More than 1 year later, her parents publicly opened up about the past and a new A&W Lifetime special.
At times, I am ashamed to live in America. I mean, I shouldn't be ashamed. I should be proud. But look at it. O.J. Simpson got away with murder, and now Casey Anthony, even worse, murdering her 2-year-old daughter, all because that she didn't want to take care of her. And
Now,
she
I
kept
do
on
admit
saying,
that
"I'm
is a
innocent."
stupid reason to kill your own kid. If you don't want to take care of them, then just give them up to adoption.
I'm innocent. I'm innocent. No, fuck you. You're not innocent. If you didn't want to take care of your kid, send your kid to adoption. And even the grandmother said
Funny,
that
I
she was
totally
taking
forgot
care.
that I even said that. It's been so long since I've seen this episode.
Of your kid, but you still killed her anyway. Why? Because you're a psycho bitch. The reason why I'm not yelling and screaming off the top of my lungs about this, like I usually do when things that piss me off, is because it's 9 o'clock at night and I don't want to wake up my whole family. So Casey Anthony, consider your ass lucky. And I can't make this rant long because
So
my
about that.
memory on my camera is about.
So I was able to get away with all the yelling, screaming at that time. It was because my parents weren't home as much. But then when this episode was made, my parents were home more often. So yeah, so because of that, I couldn't get away with the yelling and screaming as much anymore. So that's why a lot of the later episodes ended up being filmed in my parents' tool shed.
Dead. So yet again, Casey Anthony, consider yourself lucky because I honestly would have said more, but all I have to say to you, Casey Anthony, fuck you, you murdering son of a bitch.
I kind of have like that Jim Carrey Grinch look on my face there. Don't you think so?
Yeah. See, the trial was in 2011, July 3rd, 2011. So this was we're in the future. We're past 2010 at this point.
Yeah, this was in 2011. Yeah, 2011 was when I started to slow down production of things that pissed me off because I was starting to get kind of burnt out on it at that time. Because I did it so much where I was getting burnt out on it. And then 2015 was when I stopped making them all in all. And then I took a break. There were no things that pissed me off episodes in 2016, 17, or 18. And then I finally brought it back in 2019. And I kind of feel like that I kind of needed to have that break, just so in that way that I could miss making them. This is one of the more casual episodes.
Oh, we're back to 7 minutes again. We're getting longer again. Back to longer once again.
Yep. This one's not one of the more talked about.
Hi. Welcome to another segment of what I like to call things that piss me off. Today's subject is something what I should have done a long time ago.
Man, it feels so
I was gonna
weird
do this a long time
to see
ago.
my old room.
I got lazy and I just didn't do it.
It
The old
feels
room.
so weird to see. So weird to see my old room, to see my old Slipknot poster, my old Edward Scissorhands poster.
You know what grinds my gears? Modern gaming. It's nothing but shitty mix filled servers slop anymore from AA devs.
Yeah, what does irritate me about a lot of modern day games where it's all just online, but then eventually that's going to become obsolete. So if you want to play that game again for the nostalgia sakes, well, too bad. And even how some games will just disappear all in all, like with a lot of online games, eventually they'll get rid of it, like with Jurassic Park Builder. Eventually, that's just going to disappear. And if you want to replay it for the nostalgia, well, too bad.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start getting emulators and stuff because
I hope there's an emulator of Jurassic Park Builder because I loved that game when I was younger, but sadly, iTunes and the App Store they got they got they got rid of it. So if you want to play it, well, hopefully there's an emulator. If not,
Now,
then you're
I
fucked.
ain't gonna be lazy about it no more. I'm finally gonna talk about it. Do you wanna know what really pisses me off? The fair. Oh yeah, the fair. Now, what's there to be pissed off about the fair? I mean, all that you do is just walk around, hang out with friends, go on rides, and play games. What's so bad about that? Oh, there's plenty of things wrong. First off, the games. What's wrong with the games? The
They're a
games
ripoff.
are a fucking ripoff.
But to play
Yeah.
devil's advocate, though, they do want to make their money. I mean, I believe the year before COVID, the fair made $1 million. So, since I'm now taking a business course, I have more of an understanding of why they're doing it. Can it be a can it be low the way how they try to do it? Yeah, but it is a
says,
business.
yeah, stores delistings suck. Now to push back against physical media itself, Crapcom said, "Get used to not owning your games. It's sad. Got to this point. At least indie games were fun."
Yeah, I guess it's just the nostalgia speaking for me. I hope physical media isn't gonna go away permanently in the future, but I hate to say it. Look at what happened to Best Buy this year. Best Buy stopped selling physical media, and I have a feeling eventually other stores are going to follow up on that. I mean, I hate to say it, but eventually a generation like will come where they don't have the nostalgia factor for physical media, then that will mean there will no longer be a market for physical media.
But especially if they the physical media, but then they're like, "Oh, sorry, we can erase it off your computer anytime you want to." The digital media you buy, like, "We sorry, we can erase it now."
Yeah, and that's what I hate about digital media. Like they get to decide how long it gets to be on there. And that's why I think a lot of people do agree with me about physical media. Once you have it, unless if you break it or if it gets ruined or
Yeah,
lost.
yeah. The only problem with physical media, at least, is the devices you play it on get outdated. Like people don't make VCRs anymore, or DVD, even DVD players. They're getting out of date now, or even older than VCRs, 8-track players. So that's the only problem with physical media is you can't watch. You can own it, but you can't watch it sometimes.
Yeah, unless if you do some mental gymnastics and then like you figure out a way to play it on a more modern day TV.
But you know, this would be a good episode for the future. We're talking about this topic. We should make an episode maybe in March or April. We can talk about this topic.
About physical media versus digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
They're a ripoff. There's this one game where they want you like to throw a ball at the bottom of a bucket, and then you win like a giant stuffed animal. I tried that, and how the hell is anyone supposed to hit the bottom of the stupid bucket with a stupid ball? Who can do that? It's such a ripoff. They're like, hey, if you give me $5 more, I'll let you try again. I'm like, yeah, how about I'll pay you this? For ripping me off, you little shithead. Yeah, that's the last time I'm ever going to play any more games at the fair. And the only game that's actually worth it, the one that's actually pretty easy, where you have to throw darts at balloons and you win posters. Hell, that's where I got my Nickelback poster right there.
That's actually true.
But, unfortunately, they don't have that game anymore. What the hell? What the hell? But,
Yeah,
oh well.
and at that time,
they want to be...
When I won that Nickelback poster, I was a huge fan of Nickelback because Nickelback was the band that made me a fan of rock music. I had that poster all the way until, like, I think when I finally moved out of my parents' house, and but yeah,
douchebaggers and get...
Nickelback gets a lot of hate. I personally don't think that they deserve all that hate, but hey, to each their own.
When this is over with, before you go to bed. When this is over with, I gotta show you some. I gotta show you a Nickelback quote hate video.
Okay,
It's hilarious.
but yeah,
Rid of that...
it is getting pretty late, so I think this will be the last episode that we'll get through tonight, and then next time we'll get through some more episodes.
game, well, fuck them. It's their choice. And there's only really one game now at the fair that I like. That one where you have to pay like $1 just like to punch that one punching bag. Yeah, that one's fun, but yeah, I just wish it was cheaper. But you really can't get cheaper than just $1. But maybe
Yeah,
25 cents or just a penny.
Why would I complain about that being too expensive? It's $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would I complain about that being too expensive? It's $1, dude.
Yeah. You know, games I've been getting good at. I've been getting good at the Chuck E. Cheese / have games, where you put money on cards and stuff now, and get all your, instead of tickets, you get cards now. But I mean, I'm kind of good. I got a lot of points stacked up in those things now. I went at scene 75. It was like,
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese. I was obsessed with that place when I was a kid. But to be fair, I think that most kids are.
Yeah.
But it's just a phase that kids go through.
And what else really pisses me off about the fair? You wanna know what it is? The lines.
Yeah.
Oh God.
The lines are ridiculous. I do agree. But hey, at least they try to compromise that with having the rides be short so that they can get through as many people as they possibly can.
oh, you know what pisses me off about the fair now, even though I don't really go anymore? If I was still a kid, what pissed me off about the fair? They got rid of the bracelets.
Oh, that's shocking they got rid of that. Why did they get rid of that?
At least in my area. I don't know if they're still everywhere. You can buy a bracelet, get all the rides you can until 5 or 6 p.m., Because by then, then you start buying tickets again. But no, they like let's get rid of the bracelet completely, despite all tickets now. No more bracelet. Like, it's a good thing I'm too old to ride most of these rides nowadays. Oh, there's another thing. At least that pisses me off. Even though I even work. They replaced all the big rides, with baby. All now it's all toddler versions of the rides mostly. Like maybe one or two big kid rides. No, most of it is all toddler versions of it.
Okay, now look, I get it. You need to have rides for kids, for something for them to enjoy, but it sounds like that they're just lacking that balance.
But yeah.
For the rides. Oh my god. The lines piss me off far more than the games. Why? The fair is always crowded with lots and lots of people. People from all over town, all over Montana. They all come to the fair during the end of the summer.
Is this the state fair or county fair or what?
Yeah. It's the Thomas Carnival, like which comes to each part of Montana around the summer. It comes to Billings at around mid-August. As soon as the fair comes, that's when you know that the summer is almost over.
Yeah, we call it's the St. Chris Fair. It's thrown by the Catholic Church in my area. Actually, right next door. I live right next door to Catholic Church. I live right next door to the big church there, and they used to invite a good carnival people, and then now they're more. They got a new carnival now, so it's more lamer. But yeah, it's half of it's the carnival people, the other half is the Catholic people doing bingo and stuff.
Oh boy.
To come have fun at the fair. But that makes things worse. It makes the lines so much longer. And that really pisses me off. Last time I went to the fair, no, every time I've been to the fair, the lines have been ridiculous. I waited in line for Moby Dick for 5 hours. I am not kidding.
Okay. I don't think I. Yeah, I think I misremembered that. I don't think it actually was 5 hours.
That's more like a Disney or King's, like a theme park ride. At this point, that's more like a theme park wait or a Disney ride wait, not a fair line.
Yeah, I don't think I had that right. I think I misremember that.
Apparently, that's a very popular fair ride.
It must be. But yeah.
I'm not over exaggerating. I have like this clock on my phone. No, on my iPod, and I actually timed how long I was waiting in line. And it said 5 hours.
Okay, then I
and
guess.
it sure as hell felt
right
like
then.
5 hours. 5 hours.
Okay, then I guess I was right.
The
then.
line was huge. It was huge. Huge. The line took so long just for like a 1 minute ride that people actually left the line. But hey, that's a good thing for me because then I'll get closer to the line.
Good point.
Oh my god, the line was so long. I could have literally watched a movie. Literally. I could have
Oh,
Watched more than one movie with that amount of time, and I guess I must have really wanted to go on that ride if I was willing to wait that long.
there's this ride at Kings Island, a place called I think Kings Island, where it was called the Outer Limits, and, and they and during the line they show this little movie clip, right, of the people acting, and the thing. At the end, they repeat itself somehow. It's just like aliens attack and history time repeats itself. So you watch it. I saw that little movie thing like 10 times one time because the line was so long, and all the things all the gates were open. So it was stretching it everywhere, and like I saw that movie 10 times.
Oh gosh.
Little 10 minute, like the like a little 15-minute clip of like, oh no, people are here, blah 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 blah. So yeah, it's like that's how long line was.
Watched a movie. No, in fact, 3 movies actually. I could have watched 3 movies
Or if or half an episode of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, maybe like the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy, I guess.
Oh no, that'd be like 12 hours at that point.
Okay, okay, good point. Maybe like the extended cut of Fellowship of the Ring.
while waiting in line for the stupid rides. In fact, not all the rides are even that good anyway. Like there's Moby Dick, which I think is pretty fun. Um, I haven't tried the slingshot ride, but to all of you who have tried the slingshot ride, you got balls. You got major
Yeah,
balls.
funny thing about that.
I give you props.
So the last time they had that ride at my fair was in 2017. I was dating my ex Chrissy at that time. Me and Chrissy almost were gonna do it. She convinced me to do it, but we decided it wouldn't be worth it because of how much we would have to pay. Then that would have been when I finally did it, and that would have been my only chance, and it ended up being my only chance because the year afterwards they got rid of it. I was always way too scared to do that ride.
Props, because I don't think I would ever try that thing. I just don't know about that one. And there's the zipper. Everyone's obsessed with that ride, but really, I don't think that ride's all that cool. There's the Ferris wheel, which is okay. Which other one? There's the kite ride, which I like that one. There's the Egyptian ride, which I think that one's pretty cool, but yeah. I tried that one ride where he like strapped on there and like spins you around. I hate that ride. That ride makes me sick. Whoever goes on that ride, I give you props. And I just hope that you didn't puke on anybody after when he got done.
I did.
And also some of the attractions
I did, yeah.
there are stupid. Yes, I was a dumbass and actually thought that one of them was real. There was this half woman and a half snake. I actually was a dumbass and actually thought it was real. I spent $4 on it, and it was bullshit. There was this
I was
lady
more
who has like
gullible at
cardboard.
that time where they had the sign that says, "Oh, half woman, half," and then half snake. And then when I went in, I realized it was obviously fake. I was more gullible at that age.
Board around her neck, and there's like this obvious toy snake tail surrounding her, and they want you like to ask her questions, but of course I was being a dipshit and I was asking her a bunch of bullshit questions. Like I asked her what's her opinion about gay marriage and what she think about Barack Obama.
Don't joke about that nowadays.
Yeah. That was actually pretty funny.
Time, but nowadays, oh no, 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 no. Do not joke about that now. Okay, this shows just how dated this video is.
Um,
I was a kid for doing that.
Really, that's all what I have to say about the fair. The lines suck. They should like have like passes or something like what Disneyland has. Like if the line's too long, just come back at this time and it won't be so long. But unfortunately, the fair doesn't give a shit and they make you wait. If you want to ride any of the rides at the fair, you gotta have patience. Trust me, I learned patience at the Montana Fair. Yeah, lines are bullshit. They're food.
I could make a comedy sketch like out of how long the lines are.
What you have a beard? You're a kid. All of a sudden, you got a beard now.
Like that. By the time that you're finally there, you are like 90
You
years
like,
old.
and you have grandkids now. The line.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Dudes, it's okay, but they're making so much money at the fair, way more than I make at my job, which kind of makes me wish that I would have worked at the Montana Fair this summer. But hey, there's always next summer.
And the
So,
next summer
anyways, if you
came, and the summer after, and I never worked at the Montana Fair.
agree with me about the lines at the fair and how there's just such bullshit, and if you agree that that the games are bullshit, write down in the comments. And yeah, and have a nice fucking day.
And that line ended up being my catchphrase, like for my rebooted Things That Piss Me Off series.
But yeah, of all the ones I've seen today, that was my favorite one. I think.
The Montana Fair one?
Yeah.
And why would you say that one?
Well, I said. Well, first of all, less, except for that gay marriage line, there's very less questionable things you said.
Yeah, less politically incorrect things that I said, because I was a punk at that time, but it was at this point in my life where I started to drift away from being a punk.
But at least as these short episodes, we got through 8 today instead of 6.
Well, that's great. But yeah, after this is when the Myers Fan 25 was going to take over Things That Piss Me Off, but the reception, people were in agreement that he just wasn't as good as me. So that's why that I came back to the series. And that's why Darnell only did one episode of Things That Piss Me Off when he was supposed to do more episodes. But yeah, the Myers Fan, him and I used to be friends, but then he started a lot of drama.
Well, let's hit up on your channel in the future. So,
Okay, more episodes of Let's Watch a Movie. I'm getting some autographs coming in the mail, like Nikolai Leon, who me and Junebug interviewed for Sit Down by the Fire. He played Christopher Robin in the Winnie the Pooh horror movie. He signed a poster for me. I'm getting that in the mail. I'm going to be getting an autograph of Craig David Dowsett, who played Winnie the Pooh in that movie. I'm getting an autograph from Kevin Bacon, Rowan Campbell, and Nick Castle, and David Arquette. So yeah, expect a lot of autograph videos.
Too bad I was a movie star, so I could be on your show. I want to be a guest star on your show, but
yeah, I teased this on my channel with a full-on trailer. Eventually, when I get all of my autographs, I'm gonna do an entire autograph collection video. It's gonna make one hell of a video, because as you've seen on my Facebook, I built up quite the collection. Autographs that I never thought that I ever would get. Like, I never expected I would get a Tobin Bell autograph, or a Jim Carrey one, or from Jack Nicholson and all these other people. And even I never thought I would get an autograph from Sarah Karloff.
Well, for me, next Saturday, it's not official yet, but me and my guests are talking about going through all the eras of of comic books, like in the 50s, 40s, 50s, modern comics, see how they've changed throughout the times. Then in 2 weeks from now, we will be continuing our Big Bang mini-series with the history of the Earth before the universe before Earth. What that 14 billion years was like before the Earth decided to form itself, crash together.
Well, I'm definitely glad you're educating people about that, because I met people who think that the Big Bang was just an explosion. Then I have to correct them, saying, no, that's not what the Big Bang is. It's not an explosion. Despite its name, it got that name simply because it sounds cool. It was not an explosion. It was rather the universe expanding from a singularity. It was not an explosion, not even in the closest. Then I had one guy try to argue with me saying, oh, explosion, expansion, the same thing. I'm like,
No.
no. Explosion indicates things are being destroyed.
The only thing that's the same is the letter E. They both start with E. Totally different things.
Yeah, expansion means that things are being spread out. That's not an explosion.
Then we'll be talking about the very first emperor of Rome, Augustus, and his.
Okay.
And finally, if we still do this, in a month from now, we might be talking about digital versus physical media.
Yeah, I think that would make a great episode. I think it would be great to have different viewpoints, just to balance it out, just so that way it's not too biased. And then eventually we'll continue the things that piss me off saga. But yeah,
so
the series does get better over time, like with quality. Like episodes 1 through 7, those are the classics on my channel. Will I admit that they're the best? No, but they are classics on my channel nonetheless. And production value definitely did get better as time went on.
So if you haven't subscribed to Eric yet, click his name down there in the title, hit subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed to me yet, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you're always updated, and hit that thumb up and share the video.
So Vandalia, it sounds like out of all the ones we watched tonight, the one about the fair is your favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at this point where I was starting to more mature mentally, and I was starting to drift away from being a punk.
Yeah, I want to talk to you after the show, but until then,
talk to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never stop learning. Enjoy the randomness. We'll see you all next week.
See you later.
Bye.